Hello everybody, welcome to the vlog. So, Saturday afternoon, it's nearly a week since I fell off my bike, so it'll be a week tomorrow since I fell off my bike, so I'll take this opportunity now to say thank you very much to everybody for all your comments, messages, emails, WhatsApps, Zoom calls, everything. Everybody for helping and speaking to me and just everything. Thank you very much. It's been amazing. So let's go back to the end of my last vlog and Sunday afternoon, and I shall explain a bit more about what happened. So that window just there, if I was to pick the camera up and go over there, and if I turn around, I'm going to kick the tripod with the back of my chair, so I can't go this way. Tell you what, we'll just move the camera. Right, so I've just put you a little bit further away so that I can move around and wheel around. So last Sunday then, I've been out on a 50 mile ride. I'd got 3 hours to do. I'd come round the front door here, behind the camera there, and I'd got something like 3 hours and 54, so my plan was to just loop round the harbour, which literally is just over the other side of that grass, just out of this window, over there, back round, along to the end where the little lighthouse is, back just a few more minutes just to cool down. So I'd come around, I was just cruising, I'd sped right down, I was doing 13, 14, 15 mile an hour at the most, and my brain had switched off because I'd finished my ride. And I'd gone around the end, as you saw in the video, and then as you turn around that end there where the Coast Guard station is, and the lifeboat station, you come round and there's a straight bit of road which is just the other side here, and it's a caravan and the marina. And there's a piece of grass, the road's nicely tarmacked, it's dead straight, there's nothing on the road, there was nobody on the road, there was nobody on the pavements, there was a lady walking a dog on a lead in the middle of the grass to the right, and so I was riding along, and obviously I'd been filming, so I'd got the camera in this hand, and I'd got my left hand on the bars, on the hoods. I can't do it with that hand at the minute. You know, as you do on the tops like that. And I was looking out, and I was looking over towards the outer sea wall. And I just wasn't concentrating because I'd switched off. And as you come around that corner, just over here, there's a set of garages that they keep the fishing gear in. And there's a gap between. And there was just a big gust of wind that came through there. And it caught my front wheel. And I was doing 13 mile an hour. And all I did was my front wheel went, my brain had switched off, I didn't react in time, and even with one hand, I just hit the tarmac. I just went down and just hit the tarmac. And then, obviously I'd winded myself, sort of bounced off the road, my head hit the floor, well I felt my helmet hit the floor, my bike just basically hit the saddle, so the saddle's got a scuff on it. There's a scuff on the pedal. The rear quick release hasn't even hit the tarmac. Probably the tyre has. I haven't looked at the wheel properly yet. I've pushed the shifter in on the right hand side where I've gone and tried to grab it, and that's probably what happened. As it went, obviously it's throwing you the other way. It's a bit like an overcorrection. I've come back in and probably tried to overcorrect it, hit it too hard, and then that's what's probably knocked me off. There's no mark on the bars, on the bar tape. I've knocked the steering out of line. How on earth I did it, I don't know, but the front quick release was undone and the front wheel was loose. Won't come out the drop outs because of the lugs on the bottom of the fork. And there's a mark on the head tube that I don't know where it's come from. The camera was down the road. My pump was down the road. So this is a Seawell pump, so it's been down the road a couple of times when it's fallen out of the pocket and things. So yeah, I've not seen if this works yet, I haven't tried. It's got chips on it, marks on it, it's still got a bit of my blood on it, I need to clean that. My helmet, so this is a cast mojito, and it's got scuff marks on there, and there is a crack on the inside of the helmet. I mean, obviously you'd automatically just replace that anyway. Casque could do a crash replacement policy, as quite a lot of these companies do. It seems to be a habit for me. This is 2 years and 6 months old. It's a 2-year crash replacement policy. There's not a mark on my Sirocco K3 Photochromics. Yeah, they need washing, but I can't see where they've hit the floor or anything. I've wrecked my top, I've wrecked my shorts, which we'll come to in a bit, and then I knew when I stood up, got out of the road, because obviously you do get traffic going round, I just left my bike in the road and got out of the road, picked up my camera and stuff, got out of the road. My phone was in my Ultravita phone case in my back pocket. That's absolutely fine. My GoPro, I thought this was insured because I had the subscription thing, which it's not actually insurance, it's a crash replacement thing. Flipping ended in July, didn't it? Because my credit card must have expired and I'd not noticed that I had to replace it. So that lens cover comes off, I've just chipped the glass on there, so I'll have to replace that. They're like 10-20 quid. That's all the damage to that. The bike's going to have to go off and be scanned because that's insured with Bickmore. Then I knew I'd done my collarbone. So the lady that was walking the dog kindly came over, asked if I was alright and all the rest of it, got my bike out the road. Sat there a bit, then did the vlog. Got back, as you know, got up here. Got downstairs. Walking across that 200 metres, it literally is only 200 metres, and she offered to get me an ambulance. But I said no, I only live there, I want to walk back. So I came back, other people asked if I was alright as well. On the way back then, get in the front door, get up the stairs, using the bike as like a bit of a tripod, one step at a time. Get in, get my bike in, helmet off, glasses off, cap off, gloves off, etc. Then I unzipped my top, but I couldn't get any. After that, I couldn't get the kit off because I wanted to have a shower. Obviously 50 miles on the bike, you want to get in the shower. Couldn't get it off. And it was at that point then that I phoned 999, and then the ambulance crew came and we went from there. So then I had to get downstairs. The ambulance crew were great, took me up to Carlisle Infirmary, put me in a pelvic brace, cut my kit off, CT scanning A&E, morphine, all the rest, you know. And end result is my injuries are I've got fractured collarbone, clavicle. That's in 2 big pieces and 1 splinter. 5 broken ribs. Severe bruising. And I've got a big fracture of the end bit of my elbow. Yeah, so I was kept in Sunday night, Monday night, I was released Tuesday. So, I've got a small punctured lung. So basically, pneumothorax. I've got a punctured lung on the left, but it's still inflated. And I've got a graze right on the elbow, as you might have seen. And that's right where they want to fix the elbows, because they've got to wire the elbow. And they said to me they normally leave the collarbone, which I know, because that's what they tend to do. And the last time I did my collarbone, they tend to leave it. I didn't want it leaving. Because they're going to do my elbow, they're going to do the collarbone at the same time. So they could have kept me in and done it, but the anaesthetists are happier if I've not got a punctured lung. Plus, it's better surgically for if my grazed wound on the elbow has had a bit of time to heal. So that's why I've been discharged. And at the moment, I've just got my arm in a sling with the brakes. And obviously, I've got a heap of painkillers, which when I came back and was discharged Tuesday night, Wednesday night, I had really bad nights. I know it's not. Tuesday night I had a really bad night. Upped me painkillers, because I've got 3 sorts, 4 sorts. So up the one that I can take as and when I need it. Still wasn't anywhere near the maximum dose. I wasn't even up to 50%. And I started hallucinating. So I cut back, and now I'm managing as I am. I mean, I still get periods where I'm really sore. But yeah, so the plan is surgery on Monday. So Saturday morning today, I was taken up to Carlisle by Dawn from work. Thank you very much, Dawn. And I went in. I had another chest X-ray to make sure that my pneumothorax is healing. And I had a COVID swab. And then the plan is to go in Monday for the surgery. And then they'll plate those, and then we'll see where we go from there. So, yep, it's going to be a long road to recovery, but it won't be that bad. It's just determination and get on with it. The difficulty is, at this stage, not knowing exactly what that will entail. But yeah, as soon as I'm able, I'll get back on the bike. I won't be out on the road for probably 2 months. But the turbo's here. When I'm allowed, when I can, I'll start turning my legs, because I have got a crutch which I've left over there at the minute. Because I'm very bruised in my pelvis area, my hips. I've got a cracking bruising. All from hitting the tarmac at 30 mile an hour from about that high. So something ain't quite right, so I want to find out about that. Then obviously I'm going to have to go and have physio, and then combined with occupational health, physios, and my coach Josh will get me back on the road and get me mended, and onwards and upwards to the next thing. Yes, I was going well. Yes, I've fallen off. Yes, it's disappointing. It ain't the end of the world. I mean, there's a lot of people worse off than me. Now, there's been tons of comments on YouTube, which I've not even touched yet. And I will, I'm going to get to you. I'm going to start getting to you in a bit once I've edited this vlog and put this up. Or even before I do that. But one of the comments was from a gentleman who said he and his son, I'm their inspiration. Well, that is just really touching and means a massive amount. Thank you very much, and that's why, making vlogs like this and being on YouTube and putting it out there makes it worthwhile, and that's what it's about. It's about helping others. It's about encouraging others to cycle, to push themselves, to know that you can defeat things. Being whatever it is, whatever your problem is, whether it's you've got a broken bone, you've got a heart attack, you've got diabetes, you've got whatever it is, you can overcome these things. You've just got to take one step at a time, find out what the problem is, refocus, regroup, forget everything else, right, okay, that's my goal. So now, my goal, instead of being, right, okay, I've got to do that right, I've got to do that right, it's right, okay, it's my surgery on Monday. And it's just one step at a time. Yeah, you've got that longer goal, and it's that determination and focus. And being able to pass that on and have comments like that is just brilliant. But the other significant thing is that the kit that I was wearing was my Simon Strong kit. And through my cycling with Graham Hewson and Team Midland as we were back in the day, he says, in the Midlands, Graham, you used to organise a lot of charity events with the club, and we used to do track events, and we used to go to the velodrome before it was as popular as it is now. And Graham used to go and train at Newport and Kelshot, and he came across a chap called Simon Richardson, not the one of GCN. And Simon was in the British cycling squad, and he was training, and he got hit from behind by a drunk driver and left for dead basically on the side of the road. And he was made he was left paralysed, I think, and then anyway he got over it all, loads of broken back and lots of different surgery, and then he went to Beijing and won several golds at the Beijing Olympics. And then that's where the hashtag Simon Strong that's on that kit comes from. And with these charity things, I joined the cycling club that Simon had set up with British Cycling. So a bit like Mark's done with Frosty's Cycling, Simon had done it with British Cycling. So I was a member of that, and I always felt of a bit of a fraud because all the other people in it were either Paralympians or they'd been knocked off and had to be airlifted to places, or heart attacks or whatever it was, and back surgery and all this stuff. And then lo and behold, I join, and then next news I know, I've had a heart attack in 2014. And Simon was always one of my inspirational figures for me. And then I've got his kit on when I had my accident, and it's his kit that's cut off. And then out of the blue, with all these messages, one of the messages I get is from Simon asking me if I'm alright. And Simon's just got back on his bike, I think it was yesterday, and done 5.5 miles for the first time in 3 years, because not so long back, he was training again. 2017 he last got on the bike. And before that, he was training for another Olympics after Beijing, and he got hit again from behind. So he's got about 12 plates in his back and fused vertebrae and all these metal rods and all the rest. And then Simon, my inspiration, messages me and asks me if I'm alright. So yeah. Anyway, that's a much longer update than I wanted. I wanted to just keep it brief. Just to let you know where I'm at. Surgery on Monday. I don't know where I'm going to go after that yet. Apart from it'll be reviews, physio, etc. And then when I can, I'll get on the turbo. And I'll just keep the legs moving, because obviously that's going to help my recovery. And then eventually we'll get on the road. And then when I'm on the road, it's going to be aiming for next year. So we'll get back at it. I won't be doing too many vlogs, obviously, which I know people worry about, that, oh, I'm worrying about YouTube. I'm not. I just want to comment on all the messages, the kind messages. I just want to come back and say thank you. You know, it is appreciated. And I do like to do things in person, so that's all it is. It's not that I'm worrying about it. So anyway, thanks you, and I shall see you soon. Take care. If you're going to fall off, be careful.